Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 5 and we're here tackling the Nordschleife once again, but this time with the Norton V4 SV. And of course this is a bike from the Welcome Pack DLC which I haven't covered yet, so expect a video very soon, but I'll give you a bit of a spoiler. This bike is awesome and I feel like it's going to tackle the Nordschleife very well. However, as you can see, there is a slight twist. Now, we always do the Nordschleife in the daytime, but frequent commenter Alex Baragon and channel pit crew member has suggested we tackle this challenge in the darkness. And let me tell you guys and gals, I have HDR and my monitor is not bad. It doesn't have the best of nits in terms of brightness, but this track is extremely dark for me right now. And it's genuinely quite difficult to see. It's a strange feeling because I know this track very well. I've ridden many miles here before on Ride 4 and even different games as well. And there's just a few points where I just need a little bit of reference to remember where I am on the circuit and what comes up next. For the first part of the lap I'm pretty confident. Then towards the middle I get a little bit confused, and maybe the latter stage I'm okay again. It's just that middle bit where it gets really hectic is where I might be struggling. Oh goodness me, already going too tight to the apex and almost crashing. Thankfully we're alright, we're staying on board the Norton V4 SV from 2021 and we do stay within track limits. So I'm not entirely sure what my goal is for today's video. I think just doing a lap would be not enough, so I'm going to try and do at least a couple of laps. Hopefully I don't invalidate any. If I do, then I'll try and do a fresh one afterwards and try and complete this challenge. But I think itself, just getting from point A to point B, completing the Nordschleife in the night, it's going to be a challenge, as it already is. So quick reference for the bike. This has been fully upgraded apart from a few things that didn't need it, so I don't change any setup, so I didn't change the suspension settings, and I didn't purchase the suspension upgrade. I also didn't purchase the transmission, so the gear change. I didn't bother buying the racing transmission, and I don't think I changed the what do you call it, the rims. I think I only changed the tyres, the bike upgrade for the engine, and the brakes as well. So I think that's it. I think it's all I upgraded for this one. So if you want to compete with my lap time here today, I'll not be able to prove whether you've done it in the night or day, so if you want, go ahead. But if you are going to share a screenshot, make sure it's the end lap time so I can see if it was in the darkness or if it wasn't. So anyway, into the middle part of the track now. Turn 14 all up to turn 15 now. And I do feel quite comfortable at this point. It's just maybe a little bit more beyond is where I think things are going to get a little bit difficult. But there pops up the subscribe button. Of course, guys, if you do enjoy the content, please give me a like and a subscribe. It does help out the channel quite a lot, and I'm not that far away from 9,000 subscribers. So if you're enjoying the content and you want to be inundated with plenty of Ride 5 content, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I assure you, you'll not regret it. But anyway, onto the longer left-hand side, and this is a part where I'm always a little bit tentative, regardless whether it's daytime or night. I find this part here, opening the throttle, giving it everything you've got, and just a little bit tentative in some of these corners. So getting to the left-hand side, oh, the front wheel also bobbled once again. It's a difficult situation to find yourself in. You know what? Now I think about it, I could have easily probably just increased the brightness. I hope on a video level it looks enough for you to see. I hope it's bright enough that you guys can see, but I also hope it doesn't look too bright and kinds of ruin the experience. Now I have a Philips Hue lighting in my bedroom and for my setup for what I currently record on, and it's really interesting to see how it reacts with the gameplay because I have two above my monitor, one either side, and they reacted with the light. So when I went past a moment like this where there's floodlights, my whole room briefly lit up and then went dark again, and it was actually immersive and great, but a little bit distracting in some instances as well. So I've got to contend with that happening as well, and I'm trying not to look over to my left hand side for the left monitor because that's where I have Discord open, and there seems to be a pretty interesting chat brewing up right now, and I'm desperate to look, but I will not look. I must avoid it at all costs. Just glance to the right hand side of the screen there, notice that the front tyre is cold, very cold. That's a medium front on this Norton as we go very nicely there to the middle of the corner, now to the left-hand side. So again, this part I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty happy with these parts of the track. It's probably just after here where I'm going to get a little bit confused. Any more undulation and parts where it's going to get a little bit more confusing. I'm absolutely fine with this. I've seen this part in many videos online. It's a good little kind of bit of reference from watching videos online, especially that channel with the Nordschleife Nürburgring, where it just has random vehicles going off, or even a couple of crashes on there too. I watch them every now and again. It's interesting content. But anyway, into turn 27. This is another part, because you do, especially on Ride 4, you used to get airborne a little bit when coming down here. I do believe that's where I caught the glimpse of the airborne Hayabusa on Ride 4. And now I mentioned the booster, that reminds me of challenges, it reminds me of requests and video ideas from the fans. And that's where it's reminded me about Lime Cow. He has been commenting a lot in previous DrAce videos about a 5-lap race here with the Halewood bike, which is going to be just chaotic and dramatic. I don't know how to explain it otherwise than it's going to be a nightmare, that challenge. I'm not looking forward to it, I'll be honest, but I'm not too far away for the credits. I'm about 40-50k away. So hopefully once I've got that, I can do this video, and Lime Cow will no longer have to comment every single day. Not like I don't like seeing his comments, but it's more that the fact that I've not done the video yet is the annoying part, because I really do need to get it done. But anyway, we're digressing again. We're back onto the long straight. In fact, we're actually onto this long straight for the very first time here. Just reaching 185 miles an hour, 186 whilst charging at full speed. And now to the left-hand side. I'm going to get a little bit scared here. Just come off the throttle a bit too early there. And now we're onto the brakes way too early as well. You can see me just indecisive of when to start braking and when to start bringing back on to the power. But I've got to say, we might not be under the 7-minute bracket here. But where are we across the line? A 7:05, 107. It's a long track, and I think we can improve on that time. Well, in fact, we definitely can improve. I know there's a lot of areas where I went slow. But can we improve by 5 seconds to what is into the 6 minutes? I think we're going to have to go for it. So into the middle parts of the circuit, or excuse me, the beginning part, this tight, twisty section. You turn left, you turn right, back across to the left, back to the right. So I love this part. If there was more of this track like this, I think it would be even better. But anyway, this track is still fantastic nonetheless. So now into the right hand side, we're going to drop down ever so slightly, then bring on the power. I'm trying not to go into my old habit of downshifting to first gear too much. I've been working on it, and I think it is improving, but sometimes I feel like I'm going too slow in some corners and I just want to downshift again. But by the time you've exited the corner, you're already back onto the upshift, so I guess you might as well just skip the upshift entirely. But anyway, charging down past. Now look at a couple of ambulances there, fire truck as well. As we now go over the crest, you could get a big jump here in Ride 4 if you timed it well. Not going to do it this time around. Dropping down to third gear might have been a mistake there, but back up to fourth and then back onto the brakes. Downshifting all the way down to the first gear for the Oremberg corner of turn 7 underneath the bridge. And as you can see, the lights, the floodlights are just quite blinding if you catch them at the wrong opportunity. You can see them and they're really deep in the when you're staring so intently at a screen. But now to the left hand side. Not bad, not bad. I do want to see where we're up to on the sense of the sector time, so I don't want to get excited prematurely. We won't need to be really thinking about possibilities of a 6 minute if we're already down by like a good couple of seconds, let's say. But under the floodlights, wow, we lost 1.7. You know what? I can honestly. Oh, I don't like this bit. Keep turning in there. It's a bit too early. I can feel it just immediately going into that corner. The second I catch where we're going, I'll just immediately back off. But to lose 1.7 seconds on that first sector, didn't see that coming. I felt like we were going quite well. But unfortunately, not quite. It's not the end of the world, because as mentioned, we've still got 5+ minutes of this lap. We can find a lot more time, even if it's a couple of tenths per sector. There's still time to be had and time to be found. So onto the brakes. Into the right hand side, going to drop down all the way down to first gear. Look at that, much better into that left hand side there, much better. Compared to the previous lap, we did run it quite deep there and I just couldn't seem to get the bike stopped. But here, on board the Norton, it's handling well. This has been a great suggestion from Alex. I really do appreciate this one. It's always daunting doing the Nordschleife, but out of all the longer circuits that are quite intimidating and time-consuming, I would say the Nordschleife is probably the most interesting one. There's a couple of tracks in this one which just aren't really that great. I used to like the Northwest 200, but after doing quite a few videos on it recently, and it's too many straights and it gets a little bit boring. Here, not so much. I'm having a good time. Definitely more ideal for a challenge just like this one. Of course, the pure history of this circuit as well just makes the challenges that bit more iconic, of course. So it's now 3.5 minutes on this lap time. Still in pursuit of a possible 6 minutes. I'm thinking after this lap I'm going to change. Oh, we almost lost the front there again. Wow. We're up by 2.5 tenths of a second, not bad. So I am thinking about chopping over, or swapping over, should I say, to the soft option. Oh, I can't get it. Ah, no. Did not. I got a little bit of a wobble on the brakes there, and I just couldn't stop the bike. I felt if I braked any harder there, it would have been an instant crash. So, second best thing, run it off the circuit, take the invalid lap, look to see where we are after this lap concludes, and we'll decide whether we can go again to get into the 6 minutes. Because, of course, even if we do get into the 6 minutes now, it's not going to count. We've only done a 7:05, and this lap is invalid, so it's not going to count. But before I rudely interrupted myself, I am going to swap over, regardless of what the outcome of this lap time is, to the soft front. I think having a tyre that cold already, I mean it was already in the first lap, let's say, we need to go to the softs, and I think that's going to give me a lot more edge grip, and I'm going to be more confident going into some of these corners, because this is a challenge, don't get me wrong, and there's no reason I should hinder myself any further when the challenge is already very difficult as it is. And the more I'm going through this, the darker, I swear that this is getting darker. I feel like I am adjusting to it, and I'm being able to see a little bit more, but it still feels extremely dark in the parts you're not so sure about. It just feels like there's nothing to guide me or to give me any indication of where we are on the circuit. Look at the marshals, they can't see a thing, they're just basically standing there. Unless they have night vision. Going to be regular Sam Fishers watching this particular race or time trial. So now into the right hand side for the Sprungrule, into turn 27, then into the left, and back down here. You can see, ooh, up by 3 seconds though. I do feel going into the final run onto the straight is where I lost a bit of time in that previous lap. Let's see what we can do on this one, because this is a perfect rehearsal for the next opportunity when we come here. And that's going to be one more lap's time, because we have to do one more lap. I can't end it on just one valid lap and one invalid. It's uneven. Well, I guess it is even, but in the negative favour of it being either broken even or a negative lap time. And we don't want that. We want to be solid. We want to improve. So anyway, to the right hand side, this is the Galgenkopf coming out of turn 31. Quite strong acceleration. Not like it would have mattered there, because even if we did run off the circuit, can't invalidate an invalidated lap. It's already invalid. So, yeah, onto the charge. Nice big, long straight in. Of course, guys, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe. I would appreciate any form of subscription. Of course, even if you just watch the videos, don't worry, you don't have to subscribe. It still means a lot to me. But just comment down below so I know if you're watching or if you aren't. It does help the channel and helps my motivation as well, so I would appreciate it. Anyway, we're on to the final bits, and I've said anyway too many times this video. Wow. Almost lost the front there. Everything went wacky for a moment as we go into the final corner. This is turn 35. I think that's a lie. There's so many more turns. But across the line, I think it was a 6:59. But anyway, back to the pits. I need soft tyres. Okay then, guys and gals. Soft option front, soft option rear. I did continue that lap a little bit just so I can get a thumbnail, and I'm happy with the thumbnail. I hope it turned out well. It's difficult to do thumbnails which are dark, and this thumbnail is going to be very dark, so I hope the video was found okay. But usually when it's dark like this, it's difficult to attract the viewers. So into this tight twisting section, I very much enjoy this. The way the camber works on these corners just pulls you into the corners. It's so good. Just feels so satisfying. I think Milestone did a tremendous job with capturing the undulation and elevation change with this circuit. I really like using the Nordschleife. Not as much to say every single lap time or every single multiplayer session you go on, I want to pick the Nordschleife like some people do. Every single live stream you do, there's always someone requesting the Nordschleife as well. And speaking of the live streams, I've not done one in quite a while, but we will be doing something eventually, I assure you. Possibly going to wait for Race Director mode to come out, and then we'll start doing our championships, but no news on the Race Director mode yet. So into the right hand side and back under the bridge. Again, this is a difficult part for me now. We must stay away. Oh, I didn't really heed my own advice there, but I want to stay away from the curbs. Into the right hand side, keep away from the rumble strips, keep in the middle of the circuit. You don't get that speed wobble like you did in Ride 4. It's a treacherous position to be in, going down that fast hill and back uphill with the speed wobble as the bike starts to shake and tremble. Ah, it's a scary moment, and I'm playing a computer game. Can you imagine how bad it is in real life to have a trank slapper there? No thank you. Anyway, 148.170 is a 0.068 thousandth of a second slower than our previous best, which was of course a 07.05.107. So 7 minutes and 5 seconds to be close enough. Now into the short downhill section, dropping all the way down to first gear at the last second. And bringing on the power. Need to turn in early here. Can't be going too late, otherwise you'll not make the apex. And you know what? I didn't really make the apex there either. Kind of just blanked out on me for a second. I knew what I wanted to do, but making it happen, it just didn't happen. So maybe slow reactions from the doctor. And now onto the brakes. That's way too late. I'm going to... Oh. Damn it. Okay, now I'm concerned. Are we not going to get into the 6 minutes in this video? Am I going to have to do a 4th lap? Answers to be decided soon, or to be revealed soon, let's say. Into the right-hand side again. Very tight to the apex this time around. Over the writing on the Nordschleife circuit. We must stay over to the right-hand side briefly here. So once the lights you can see in the distance start turning in, and then get onto the brakes to gradually bring the Norton to the middle of the apex and then fire it out to keep within the track limits, and also to get a good amount of exit speed from that right-hander. So now into the left, just gradually holding onto the power, just every now and again, just a small incision of pressure just to keep it going. And looks like we got that through there quite easily, actually. Gotta pay attention to this next part, because 3 times we've tackled this part now. And is it 3 times? No! Only 2 times we had a big head shake there. Not bad, and we're up by 2 seconds. That's 2 seconds quicker than the previous lap. Brilliant, I'm happy with that. Check out those quick maths as well, you see that? Pretty good, huh? Anyway, to the right, this is the Closs Turtle corner for turn 18. Bring on the power, and then we need to brake just as you get close to the curb to the right hand side. This is the carousel. All the way down to first gear. Got to get into that middle part of this different coloured terrain here. Does help a lot with the bringing of the bike in. And a fast bike with good corner speed like the Norton, it works well in corners like those. Ooh, a little bit deep. I do believe if you touch the green there, it's an instant invalidation. I'm sure that happened to me on Ride 4 once or twice. So I'm going to avoid that like the plague. And now into turn 20. Fast change of direction, straighten the motorcycle up again, then turn to the right, straighten the bike up again, and then turn to the left. Little bit strong, but not bad. I do think there's a lot more potential in these lap times, but considering it's pitch black, it's challenging enough, and I definitely implore you to give this a try. It's been a fun experience so far, and I do hope that this lap time is going to be our first sub 6 minute lap time, or sub 7 minutes should I say, because it'll then take us to 6 minutes. Into the right hand side for turn 24, running a little bit deep, but not too deep, because I can never tell if that corner gives you an invalidation if you go onto the curbs. I think it's good, but you never know. Quite eager on the power there, and to the left hand side we are approaching quite rapidly now the split. After this corner and then a quick change to the left, is this going to be another green sector time? Into the left hand side now. What have we got? Ooh, almost up by 5 seconds. We just need to find 2 more tenths in this final split, to make it into the 6 minutes. No pressure, Doctor. No pressure, Matt. But stay on the bike and get the 6 minutes. 5 minutes into this one already. Tell you what, this video has flown by. I'm already up to like 20 plus minutes in the video, maybe more. Pretty good. I'm enjoying this one a lot. So once again, big thanks to Alex for the suggestion. Soft option front is doing much better than the medium. Got a lot more feeling going into these corners now. And now into the right. Didn't quite upshift where I wanted to be there. Now, I think we got a good drive there as well. This could be the one. This could be the one. We've got around, what, 30 seconds. I've just neglected to upshift for a second there. I think we can do this. 6.5 minutes. We've got 20 seconds to get across the line for 50. 30 seconds to get across the line just to barely make it a 6-minute lap time. Into the left-hand side now. All the way up to 186 miles an hour. We mustn't falter here. We slowed down too much on the previous lap. We don't need to do it again. Coming in quite fast, coming in quite hot. Onto the brakes. I think we're good here. I think we might be good. 6 minutes 51, 6:52, 53, 54, 55, 56. I am counting, yes, across the line. Can we? We've done it. A 6 minute 59.208. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. So there you are then, guys. Those are my 3 lap times here in the Nordschleife in the darkness. If you want to replicate what I've done here today, you can pause the video and compare it to your own lap times. But guys, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Ciao for now.